All right, guys, so I just want to show you one of my high-fat meals on my current, like, recomp or very lean bulk. What it is 8 ounces of 80% lean ground chuck, okay? What I do is I use these glass Tupperware containers. I love the things because I just go ahead and I put it in right in this casserole dish. I go ahead and cook it at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. And then when it cools off, I put the top on. I make a couple of these, and I got them for the next day. As you can see, this is extremely nasty because all the fat dripping out of it coagulated. So what I do is I actually have to cook it again. So I actually like cut it in to like little cubes, and I get it ready. This is, as I said, one of my high-fat meals. You know, I always take in the proper amount of protein for my body weight, the proper amount of protein for my goal body weight. And as I increase calories, I'm not eating carbs anyway, so I increase the fat content. And I usually do this by adding in a couple high-fat meals. For instance, you know, 200 grams of chicken and 28 grams of almonds is about 50 grams of protein. And it's also going to be a lot less fat, a lot less calories. Here, go ahead, this is 38 grams of protein. I'm gonna add in some cottage cheese when I'm done reheating it. That's also gonna be 38 grams of protein plus about 12 grams of protein, so it's also gonna be about 50 grams of protein, but a lot more fat, therefore also going to be a lot more calories. So I put it in for 1 minute and go ahead and heat it up for the first time. What I like to use when I cook my ground beef is this, okay? This is Weber garlic jalapeno seasoning. Tastes good. There's actually sugar listed on the ingredients, so I need to find a better jalapeno-based seasoning. But I haven't had any problems in terms of coming out of ketosis with it. And I use both of my different types of salt. I've shown you guys this before, probably. No salt is a salt substitute that has potassium in it. Sea salt is salt that obviously has sodium in it. So I got my sodium here and I got my potassium here. I do not take tablets for salt or potassium. I just actually put both of these different types of salt on everything that I eat, okay? So, go ahead, 2, 1, boom. Okay, so it's melted the fat a little bit. As you can see, there's still a little bit left over. But I go ahead and I do this in 2 steps. So right now, I go ahead and I put on a little bit more. When I cooked it, I already seasoned it. I already put on the seasoning. So I just go ahead and put a little bit more of potassium salt, sodium salt, and the jalapeno seasoning. Go ahead and, you know, chop it up a little bit more. And kind of move it around a little bit. And I put it in for 1 more minute to warm it up 1 second time. Okay, so now we have it for the 2nd minute and it is piping hot. I go ahead and I throw on a little bit more potassium and a little bit more sodium and a little bit more jalapeno stuff with sugar, but not enough to bother me. And what I do is I put it on a scale and I add in 1/2 of a cup of cottage cheese. So that's gonna be about 117 grams of cottage cheese. I weigh everything, okay, because the more you eye things, the more inaccurate you are. You're going to be inaccurate as it is, but if you try to be 100%, and you know you're obviously a little bit less than 100%, you're closer than if you're, you know, from the beginning knowing that you're going to be off by a considerable amount. 118 grams. All right, well, so now you can see that I'm eating this with a spoon. You can also see there's like a lot of grease. Now people ask me, okay, how do they know if they're fat adapted? Well, I'm gonna put it like this. I was in the gas station today my girlfriend, and I noticed actually that there were pastries there, and I had no desire to consume the pastries. Okay, no desire to eat sugar, no desire to eat donuts, no desire to eat anything like that. But when I look at this big, greasy, disgusting, fatty mess, this looks good to me. This is like eating fucking an ice cream sundae for me. Okay, meat, cottage cheese, and a lot of grease, a lot of salt. This is like my perfect meal. I literally eat this with a spoon so I can get the last little bit of fat down. Okay. Which is obviously important because you're eating this for fat and calories. If you just ate the meat, there wouldn't be any sense. You might as well eat a lean piece of meat. You might as well grill it instead of baking it. But anyway, that is the point that I'm trying to make here. Excellent meal, 576 calories for the... 576 calories for the ground chuck, 110 calories maybe for the cottage cheese, and it's a total of about 50 calories. Perfect meal, love it. Like I said, I cook them in advance all at once, and I just, 2 minutes in the microwave and it's done. So, high fat meal for my low carb, lean bulking diet.